up? What's up? You already know what today is. Whack-a-Granny Wednesday. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and call it Toasty Thursday as well. You know why? But why, Nick? Why, Nick? Because I'm not gonna get a chance to upload this video tonight when I get back to the house. I actually have to go to a birthday party, and so I'm gonna upload this tomorrow. I'll probably edit tonight, and I'll upload it sometime tomorrow. Does that make sense? Yeah, it does. Look where I'm at. You ready? You wanna see? Check this out. I'm at the little duplexes. So this is not a granny yard, of course, but it's not too bad. You guys have seen the back last time. It's front is a joke. I get done with the front, no problem. It's always harder in the rear, ninjas. So there's a little bit of extra weed eating and stuff in the back, and not a big deal. Anyway, ninjas, hope all of you have been doing mighty fine yourself as I have. Look, I've been going solo, man, and I've been kicking tail. So it's really tough when you go from 2-3 guys, you know, and you pick up all these accounts, and then you count on having that, you know, manpower, and then you go down to solo. Like, I don't want to change my income. You know what I mean? So I'm like making the same income as I would if I had another guy or two with me. So it's taking a lot out of me now. You know, it's a lot of hard work, but it's determination, mindset. We've talked about this. Now, look, I'm not going to record here, but I will record at this next one, which is a nice little granny yard. This one, I'm going to zip through here real quick. There's no point in trying to set up cameras or nothing. And on this next granny yard, we're going to try to do some striplies. So we'll see if I can lay down some nice stripes on this next yard, because their grass is really healthy as well, and they take good care of it. They really invest a lot of time and money in it. But it's really hard to hire people nowadays, in general speaking. I was actually just talking to a friend of mine, and over the phone, and he said, Nick, I've had 12 scheduled for an interview. 6 called it, no call, no shows. 6 showed up, and out of those 6, 3 were no good, and 3 are not even really that promising, but enough for me to see if they'll show up again. So it's really bad. He was telling me, he was talking to a gas station owner, and he can't find anybody to work neither. He's hiring, he has 3 positions, and he filled 1, and two others he can't find anybody, and he's paying $15 an hour, ninjas. So what does that tell you? Well, it tells you people just don't want to work, man. People don't want to work. Nobody wants to work nowadays, especially if it's something especially if it's a hard job. All right, let's just put it that way. But in today's video, I want to share something with you that I have not shared, and it completely slipped my mind. This has happened a while back, and this was as I was growing my business and learning. It has a lot to do with payment at the time of service, and why I have made it literally a commitment to myself that I will not do anything unless it's payment at the time of service, payment up front, pay ahead for the whole week, for a whole month, for the whole year, or, you know, I'm not going to go through this again. So stay tuned. I don't want to keep talking. I want to get this done, and then we'll do some striplies over there, hopefully, and then we'll get to this part. This is pretty interesting. Very uncomfortable with the customer. Very uncomfortable. Let's just put it that way. It was the most awkward moment I've ever had, but I didn't know what other way to go about it, so I did what I did. All right, so before I started doing cards on file and payment at the time of service, I was taking people's word that they were just gonna pay me. You know, I would give them a price and we would agree, and then I'd show up and cut the yard, and a lot of people were good for it, of course, but then I came across a situation where people started forgetting to leave money, really hard to get a hold of so I can get my money. It was just a really big hassle. So I learned real quickly, ninjas, I had to change that up, because you know, I'm running a lawn care business. I'm not running a lawn care business and a collection business, so it's just a lot of stress and headache. It was crazy. So anyway, I changed that. Now I don't have any problems. But Hold on just a second, I'll be right back. One of the most embarrassing moments for me, and I think probably for the customer too, one of the most awkward situations was I would show up to this guy's house and I'd mow his yard. I would text him the night before so that way he leaves the payment. I thought I knew somebody. And I'd show up and mow and the money wasn't there. So I text him and he's like, "Oh, Nick, I'm so sorry. I forgot, man. You know, can I get you next time?" Well, I didn't like it, of course, but I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that's fine. Again, keep in mind, this is all before I changed my whole little ordeal. So I show up the next time, 2 weeks. It was a bi-weekly, 2 weeks. I text him the night before again. I show up. He's not home. I used to get it first thing in the morning, so I guess he leaves for work. I get there. We finish the yard. I look for the money. It's not there. I text him again. He's like, "Oh, man, I'm so sorry. You know, I can't believe I forgot again. Can I get you next time and I'll pay for all of it up front and I'll even pay for this following month?" Okay. So third time I show up. This is going into the next month. Same ordeal. I don't need to repeat myself again. Money wasn't there. And he was very apologetic. So, you know, he was like, I promise I'll leave it to you next time. It got really old. And look, I've had several situations with customers like this. It wasn't just with him. This is just one awkward situation that I remember. And so I finally, around 5-6 p.m. one day, I got home early and I texted him and I didn't text him, I called him. I called him and I said, "Hey man, are you home?" "Yeah." I said, "I'm in the neighborhood. I'm gonna come by and get that payment, you know, for 2 months because you're behind. I want to get you caught up, and if you want to pay for this following month too, that'd be great. If not, whatever, but at least get caught up for, you know." And I could tell he was like, he didn't expect it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But he couldn't say no because I told him I'm already in the neighborhood, and I really was. I called him as I was driving there. So I showed up, and he was like, "Oh man, Nick, I don't have any cash on me, man. I don't have any cash. My wife is not home. She took the checkbook. You know, what are we gonna do?" Well, Ninjas, he's already a month and a half behind. So normally I wouldn't do this, but I was already ready to get out of there. I was ready to go ahead and drop him. And I did not want to, you know, waste the trip there or tell him that I'm, you know, that's okay, I'll be back. But here's the thing. I was driving in my personal vehicle at the time. I had a M Series M Sport 535i BMW. And I think it really, he did not, when I pulled in the driveway, he was like, and his exact words were, "My lawn care guy has a BMW," which is really funny, Ninjas, because it just tells me how a lot of people view us. I mean, you know, so what? If I cut grass, I can't have nice things? Anyway, besides the point. But, so he was like, "I don't have any cash, you know, I don't have any, my checkbook is with my wife." So you know what I did, Ninjas? I said, "Hop in." He goes, "What?" I said, "Hop in. We'll drive down to the ATM." Now keep in mind, I'm ready to get my money, get caught up, and I'm out of there. I'm not playing with this guy again, unless he decides to do it, pay ahead of time. And he's like, "Are you sure we don't have to do that, man?" I'm like, "No, we do have to do that. Come on." I was like, "Hop in. ATM is just down the road. It's my gas, my vehicle. I'm not worried about it. I just want you to get caught up, man. I'm already here, so that way I don't have, you know, wasted a trip here." This is the one right here. A little stripely yard. We're gonna try to do a good job here. Do a good job. Nice little striplies. So to finish this up, he got in the car. I drove him to the ATM. I'm giving you a long story short here. And it was a very awkward situation. He felt really awkward. I felt really awkward, but I sure as heck was not going to play his games anymore. I already felt like he was messing with me at the time, and I was just ready to get caught up. And keep in mind, Ninjas, this is during the, you know, I'm still growing my business. I need every dollar I can get. Not that I don't need the money right now, but I'm just saying, like, seriously, like, I needed my money. And I pulled up in the ATM. He got out, took the money out, got back in the car, gave me the cash. And he didn't pay for the rest of this next month like he said he was, which I was happy for that, because that would obligate me to continue to service his property. And yeah, that was a really weird situation. The point of the story, ninjas, is what I'm trying to tell you, is really make sure you figure out a system for yourself that you do not chase money. This work is as hard as it is, okay? It's really hard work. You can just see how hard it is to find employees and find any kind of good help. And a lot of people just don't want to do this. And the last thing you need, ninjas, is to have somebody mess with you when it comes to your money. If you hire me, I'm gonna do the job. I expect my payment. Bottom line. That is as simple as it can be explained when it comes to business. You hire me, I provide the service, pay up. Sucker! No, I'm just kidding, but seriously. Oh yeah, it's time to get the new Bumblebee some refreshments. Oil change. The break-in oil change is about 10 hours, give or take. You don't have to be right on the dot, but it's at 14.8, so I'm almost 5 hours over. I think we're supposed to be getting some rain, if not tomorrow, Friday, so that will be one of the projects for sure. But the first break-in oil change is very important, and then we should be good from there. Now, if you don't know when to do an oil change on these, the dealerships will recommend every 50 hours, but the book in the manual, if I remember correctly from reading it one time, it said that you can actually go up to 100 hours. So if you get it anywhere between 50 to 100, like 75 or something, you'll be fine. Ready for this, ninjas? Are you ready for this? I know you are. Ooh, son, those are some juicy stripes. Juicy is the word. OMG. Good job, Bumblebee. Good job. Even down here. So sometimes if you can't see them from a certain angle, just walk around. It all depends how the light hits it. But even, you see, right here. Oh man, this looks amazing. I never understood how some of you ninjas, and I know a lot of you do this because your customers are used to it, you're maybe used to it, and that's fine. But you mow for a whole month for free. Not for free, I mean, they're gonna pay you at the end of the month, but during that month, you're not making any money. And then you have to invoice them at the end of the month, and then you have to wait for the payment. And then on top of that, you have to keep up with whose payment you received and whose payment you haven't. And then you got to be making these phone calls, texts, or emails, reminding people, hey, I want my money. I'm sorry, ninjas, I'm not in the business for that. I'm not down with that. I will not do that. And ever since I have changed the way I run my business, it's really, because the business is already as stressful as it is. We already know that, right? Come on, you know it is. So why would I do that? You know, when you change and you get your customers used to this new style, new system, new way of paying, you'll figure out real quickly how simple your life will become, at least in that aspect. And yes, you may have some awkward moments with some customers if you haven't already, but you know what? Oh well, you know, we're all out here to get money. I'm not doing this. I like mowing grass, but I'm not, and I love providing that service. It's fun for me, but I'm not doing this to volunteer, you know? I do have to make the income, as I'm sure you all do as well. Anyway, thank you again. Take care. We'll upload this video tomorrow because I'm not gonna get a chance to do it tonight. And we'll see you on the next one. Got some interesting stuff coming up this weekend.
Saving green.
Stay tuned. Take care.
Saving
Peace.
green.